Hi, and welcome to Strap a Watch, Michael Knapp Leather. If you've been watching my channel, you would know that my Z Blue dial Rolex Milgauss has really been my favorite watch in my personal collection for years. I bought this back in September of 2015, brand new, so it's coming up on that. I've had it for 6 years. Special shout out to our local authorized dealer, Underwood's Jewelers in the Jacksonville, Florida market. And Elizabeth and Mary, my salespeople down there, just tremendous professionals and just a great staff of people down there. Love Underwood's Jewelers. And Mary was the one who helped me out getting, it's got to be a tie now with my Tiffany dial. That's what everybody's calling it. The turquoise Rolex Oyster Perpetual. Here you're seeing me. I wear this more than any other watch. And I'm driving my summer ride, this car that I'm babysitting for my best friend, Kevin and Denise. It's actually Denise's car. Kevin bought it for his wife. And it's a 6-speed manual Dodge Challenger Scat Pack. Oh my God, what a fun car to drive. And right now they're out in the Grand Canyon. We had dinner with Kevin and Denise. So hi, you guys. I know you're probably watching the show. And just before they left, which was a few days ago, we were telling them, well, if you're going to be working in Arizona, you got to get to the Grand Canyon. My wife and I had gone there about 5 years ago and for our anniversary, and it's just breathtaking. If you have not gone to the Grand Canyon, you gotta go at least once in your life. You really do. It's every person on this planet should go see. It's almost like getting a little glimpse of heaven on earth. It really is. It's very special. So we're gonna be looking at the Rolex Milgauss again today on the show because I got a lot of you peeps out there. A lot of Rolex Milgauss peeps. I always say that we're a different breed. We really are. We're just not your typical Rolex watch wearer. We're not. And I have probably made over 40 straps for Rolex Milgausses. It's one of the most popular straps for a watch that I make. Number one is absolutely the Omega Speedmaster. And I think that's because really of Oisin O'Malley of the Timeless Watch channel. He has plugged me several times. He just did another one. Thank you, Oisin. He just did a show about him seeing a couple of UFOs years ago. And he was wearing, he always does a wrist check, you know, what's he wearing? I never do that. I just don't. But he was wearing a red Alligator strap that I had just recently sent to him again. And so thank you so much, Oisin. I mean, and because of him, I think definitely the Speedmaster, and Speedies just go great on straps. They just do. I mean, you can almost put any strap on a Speedy. You can. But I've got so many of you Rolex Milgauss peeps, and one of them just had emailed me about a month ago. His name is An. He lives up in New York City, and what he did is he wrote me wanting a green leather strap to match that green crystal that's on the Rolex Milgauss, right? And, you know, I mean, that's a hard thing, matching green with green. But I had this Horween shell Cordovan deep green leather chip that I had not yet cut into. So here's the skin side. That's the flesh side. You can see it says Horween on there. This is a small chip that I got last year, and I had never made a strap for it. Yet out of this chip, I had made a couple of same leather, but not out of this chip. It was called a remnant that I had gotten for a Hulk. And that turned out really cool. So I knew how cool the leather was. And I've been so busy, I wanted to make one for myself, for my watch, my Z Blue dial. I just didn't have time. So when An wrote me this email, I was like, yeah, I got the perfect, you know, leather. And, you know, if you do this, I'll do a show on it. So here we are, you know, and it's pretty cool. And I'll tell you, I didn't know if he's going to like it or not. Here I felt kind of like I talked him into it because I hate giving recommendations, you guys. I mean, I get probably more inquiries for me to recommend what strap for a gentleman or a lady. I don't know you. I don't know, how you dress, what your attire is, what kind of occasions or what you do for a living and how you're going to wear that watch. I always say, I try to steer clear of a recommendation. Just get what you want. Get what you want. Don't ask me. I don't know you, So that's what's so cool. And I already shipped the strap to him. He got it yesterday. I even had sent him one last email. I was like, man, I really hope you like this because I felt like I talked you into it. And when it came, he emailed me back just the nicest, kindest, coolest email telling me how much he loves the strap. And what's really neat, he's already put it on his watch. That's what you're going to see at the end of today's episode of the final product portion is the strap on his watch. And he sent some really cool photos, really kind of out there. Cool stuff, man. So you're going to get to see me hand make the strap. We'll talk more about the Z Blue Dial Milgauss, and you'll get to see it on On's watch. Stick around. After the intro, we'll get right into it. Thank you so much for joining me today on Strap a Watch. And here is that green chip of Horween shell Cordovan, a rather smaller chip. I don't even think it's 1.5 square feet. That's how they sell it and price shell Cordovan is the size of these chips. They really range from about 1.5 square feet to up to even 3 square feet, so double that size. And I am getting ready here to cut all of the different pieces out. If you're hearing some popping, yes, it's raining almost every time I come out here to do one of these voiceovers for the show. It seems to be raining, and I've made comments on it in the past, and apparently a lot of you guys actually like the sound of the rain hitting the metal roof. To me, that was a big mistake of mine, and I want to show you guys something here that's really cool. I tell you, I have so many Rolex Milgauss peeps, and I just received these videos from Dr. Chris in Anchorage, Alaska. He sent this little wrist shot with a brown alligator on his Z Blue dial, and thank you so much, Chris. Oh my gosh, I love those shots, man. And he and I have actually, I would say, become friends. We've talked several times on the phone, a lot of emails and text messages back and forth. That's one of the super cool things about, what I'm doing today, and it's everything that I had envisioned with Strap a Watch. I've become so close with so many of you subscribers and, also customers. And it's everything I had hoped for. So I appreciate all of you immensely. I really do. I talk to so many of you, sometimes at length. Mr. Mark Wolfson, oh, brother, I tell you, it's so great to really become friends with you and really get to know you. And he's ordered straps from me, and it's so cool. Because, even today, he just texted me a little bit ago that he's promoting all of my straps on all of these different types of watch pages and sites online and what have you. And it's just, it just gets to my heart, Mark. I appreciate it. But there's so many of you guys, and you know who you are. I'm leaving out so many. I just, it's a labor of love what I do. Because I'll tell you what. Anybody maybe that's newer, you may notice I could put ads on these shows of mine, and I had beta tested that last year for a few months. So I do not monetize this site any longer. I tried it, and through the end of last year, just for a few months, I was trying to play the YouTube game. I thought, that was really kind of throttling back my channel. Didn't see too much of a bump in any way, and I just hate the ads. So this is completely free for you. I mean, the only thing I would ask is if you like the show is just subscribe, and hit the like button. those are the things that really help out us YouTubers. We do this, not for the money, and unless you have million subscribers, then you can make some money doing this, I think. But even get this, even in the 3 months that I had the site monetized, I never made one dime, not one dime. So it's just really a joke. And I know there's YouTubers out there and Instagram people that are making a lot of money with doing this, but YouTube, they called it the adpocalypse several years ago now. And back in the day, yeah, you could make some money doing YouTube shows that were successful YouTube shows, but man, those days really are pretty well gone. YouTube is not what it used to be. If there was a better alternative, I mean, they're the biggest game in town. So, you got to kind of play the game, and I'm just grateful to be able to have a vehicle to get my shows out. I am also on Rumble, and the problem with Rumble is you don't get hardly any views. I've just beta tested it, put a few different shows on there, and it's really, it's just not, it doesn't have the demographics. It doesn't have the population on there to be able to get people to see your stuff. And that's what this is all about, is promoting enthusiasm for the wearing of really mechanical watches and watch straps. I'm a big fan of automatic mechanical watches, and I just, that's why I started the channel. So I am trying to help, keep this going, especially younger people that are not wearing watches really anymore. Or if they are, they're wearing smart watches, Apple watches, and all kinds of different Fitbits and all that kind of stuff. But it's so neat, that when I see a younger person wearing even just a regular, even a Timex, it doesn't matter. You guys, we can't be watch snobs. As long as they're wearing watches, that's how you get introduced into this. I mean, most of us probably started with some type of a Casio or Timex or, what have you type watch. You just, it's like everything's relative. And, my first watch was a Mickey Mouse watch when I was about 5-6 years old. So, we lived in Southern California, and I had a great uncle that worked at Disneyland in Anaheim, California. And we used to end up going there several times a year because we could get in for free because of, this relative, and it was wonderful. And I also, my father was a veterinarian. My job as a young boy was spraying out the kennels, and, I would get paid so much at the end of the week, and I would save that money and use it to go to Disneyland, and be able to buy all of my sodas. I got all the free tickets back in the day to ride a ride like the Matterhorn, and then Space Mountain came in. That was like the big thing when I was a little kid. That was like an E-ticket, they called it. You had A through E tickets, and the E-tickets were the most pricey tickets. Right here, I'm just showing you how I stitch directly through and underneath the main keeper. This is one of my kind of proprietary things that I do, and you can kind of see the bottom side here. And right now, I just had snipped the back stitching, and I've got my little zapper there that is a heating element, and it kind of welds the ends of those snips down into the leather so that it won't come undone. And here I'm applying this green edge paint that An had ordered with this green leather strap. Pretty cool. It doesn't, when it dries much darker than what you're seeing right here. So you're going to see the final product here in just a moment. And I can't wait to show you some of these shots that An had sent me. Oh my gosh. So here we are, final product. And you can kind of see what I'm talking about with that green edging. It's not that bright color that is when you apply it. That's almost with all edge paint. You get it's a lot lighter, of course, when you first apply it, and then you allow it to dry. And that was a little special bonus that I included in this order for On. He did not know I was doing this. He told me that he was going to be looking for a aftermarket Rolex buckle. I had one left in stock, and I decided, man, I'm going to make this guy's day. And even in the email, he said when he opened up the packaging for the strap that it was like Christmas in April, and he was just blown away by the quality and the build of this strap. So I think it's cool. I mean, look at it, changes color so much depending on the different lighting. You know, he even said it goes from almost like a black to real bright green. Just depends on the lighting. But here you're going to see, so On must be like a Transformer fan. So this is his watch with the strap on his Z Blue dial watch with these little Transformer dudes. Man, how cool is this? And then check this one out. He's got a Yoda. So he's got him wearing the watch, and then it's like tighter shots. There it is on his wrist. And then he did this wrist roll for us all. So that's his wrist wearing the strap and the watch. Very cool. Thanks for all those On. I really, really appreciate it. And one last look right here. There's that vintage style buckle. So yes, if you like the channel, please subscribe, hit the bell notification for future episodes to be notified, the like button if you like this episode. I had a lot of fun with this. I think you guys can tell. Well, listen, until next time, God bless you all and keep on ticking.